You've seen the headlines. People are leaving states like California, New York, Illinois, and New Jersey in droves. Families are packing up, retirees cashing out, remote workers making the move south. And if you zoom in on the map, you'll see that a huge number of them aren't just heading to Florida in general. They're landing right here on the Emerald Coast. The big question is, why? Why are people so eager to leave places that they lived for decades? And what is it about Florida, especially spots like Destin, Miramar Beach, Freeport, 30A, and Panama City Beach, that's pulling them in? I'm Danny Wheels Margagliano with World Impact Real Estate and DestinPropertyExpert.com. Since 2008, I've been helping people relocate, retire, invest, and build a new life here along the Emerald Coast. And in this video, we're going to break down the pitfalls driving people out of their home states and into paradise where they're finding it here in Florida. Stick with me to the end because we're also going to be talking about a few pitfalls of Florida that you should be aware of before you pack up and head down. First, we're going to talk about the tax exodus. One of the biggest reasons why people are fleeing states like California, New York, Illinois, and New Jersey is very simple. It's taxes. California has an income state tax that tops out at around 13.3%. New York hits around 10.9% for high earners, and New Jersey and Illinois, they're not far behind. Compared to Florida, zero income tax, that alone can save you families thousands of dollars, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars every year. And here's the kicker. It's not just individuals who notice. Businesses do too. States with higher income tax burdens often see job creators pack up and leave, which means fewer opportunities for the people left behind. Over the past decade, Florida has gained nearly $196 billion in adjusted gross income from inbound movers, while New York lost about $111 billion, California lost about $102 billion, and Illinois lost $63 billion. That's billions in wealth shifting from those states to Florida. For families moving to the Emerald Coast, that means more money in your pocket for housing, education, travel, or just enjoying life. Retirees love it because their pensions and 401k withdrawals go further. And remote workers love it because they can keep more money from their paycheck. And investors love it because their rental income isn't being taxed at the state level. Next thing is property taxes and cost of living. Taxes don't stop at income. Property taxes are another huge driver. New York and Illinois have some of the highest property taxes in the country, often well over 2% of a home's value. Florida averages effective property tax rate of around 0.74 of the property value. That difference can mean thousands of dollars every year, especially if you're buying a $500,000 or $1 million property. Now, let's be clear, the Emerald Coast isn't cheap. The median single-family home price in Destin sits around $750,000. Condos, they are more accessible, averaging closer to $500,000. And rent for a 2-bedroom will cost you around $2,800. But compared to coastal California and New York City, where you can pay millions for a small outdated home far from the beach, Destin and Miramar Beach seem like a bargain. Freeport is another story, just 20 to 30 minutes inland, and you could find a brand new construction home at a fraction of Destin prices, with larger lots, lower taxes. But families who want more space but still want to commute to Destin are flocking to places like Freeport. On 30A, you're going to pay a premium. Luxury communities like Rosemary Beach and Seaside are some of the most expensive real estate in Florida. But the rental demand is so high that investors often offset those costs with strong short-term rental income if you're an investor. Panama City Beach offers a middle ground. High-rise condos can cash flow as rentals, plus suburban-style neighborhoods inland attract families and retirees for the value. So, while costs are rising, they're still far more reasonable than the sticker shock of California or the property squeeze of New Jersey. Next is quality of life, weather, crime, and everyday living. Another major driver is quality of life. Let's be honest, winters in Illinois, New York, and the Midwest are brutal. Snow, ice, shoveling, driveways filled with snow, and seasonal depression. California has the opposite problem: wildfires, droughts, and earthquakes. And in rising crime rates in major metro areas like Chicago, New York City, and San Francisco, people are ready for a change.
Thinking about relocating to the Destin, Florida area? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is designed to save you hours of research. I've linked it below, from top employers to the best hospitals, and a wealth of other things you need to know before making the move. The best part is that this guide is 100% free. That's right, you heard me right, 100% free. Click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. Hope that helps.
Florida flips the script. On the Emerald Coast, you get sunshine nearly year-round. Yes, the summers are hot and humid, but winters are mild. Most days hover around 60 or 70 degrees, and outdoor living isn't just a 3-month event, it's a way of life. Crime is another factor. While no place is free of crime, many Emerald Coast communities like Miramar Beach, Freeport, and 30A consistently rank safer than big urban centers. Families and retirees especially value that sense of security. And then there's lifestyle. Fishing in Destin. It's known as the world's luckiest fishing village. Luxury dining and boutique shopping on 30A. Affordable golf course living in Freeport. Vibrant nightlife and attractions in Panama City Beach. You don't have to leave the region to find something that fits your version of paradise. Okay, now let's talk politics, policies, and property rights. This is another hot button reason people are leaving their home states. During the pandemic, Florida became one of the first states to reopen. Actually, we didn't really close that much, but that resonated with people in California, New York, and Illinois who lived under strict, extended lockdowns. Florida also protects property rights more than many states. Landlords generally have more flexibility, and homeowners aren't tied up in lawyers and layers of regulations. For investors, this is huge. In places like New York and California, short-term rentals are heavily restricted or outright banned in many cities. On the Emerald Coast, short-term rentals are not only allowed, but they're a cornerstone of the tourism economy. Crystal Beach, for example, has no HOAs, giving owners more freedom. And condos like the Palms of Destin, Sterling Sands, and Sandpiper Cove welcome vacation rentals freely. This difference in policy is why investors are fleeing restrictive states and buying here. They want the freedom to use their property how they see fit. Next is real estate and investment potential. The Emerald Coast isn't just about lifestyle, it's about opportunity. Florida's real estate market has been one of the strongest in the nation, fueled by inbound migration. Even in 2024, when interest rates slowed sales in other markets, Florida, and the Emerald Coast especially, saw positive net migration of over 64,000 people. Demand stayed strong, keeping property values stable. Short-term rentals are particularly powerful here. A well-maintained vacation rental home in Destin or Miramar Beach can bring in 6 figures annually, and 30A properties exceed that because of their luxury appeal. But Panama City Beach high-rises also are consistent for booking because of their affordability and year-round attraction. Freeport doesn't do much for short-term rental traffic, but it is more of a primary resident town. The key is knowing your strategy. Do you want personal use a few weeks a year, offsetting the cost with rentals, or do you want strict return on investment? Or are you looking just to relocate here and live full-time? These are all things that you need to consider before making a purchase here on the Emerald Coast. Let's talk about lifestyle and community. Community does matter, absolutely. And one of the biggest complaints in metro states is the sense of isolation. Long commutes, crowded subways, expensive neighborhoods where people barely even know each other. On the other hand, the Emerald Coast is very different. You'll find a mix of locals and transplants, people who actually want to be connected. There are fishing tournaments in Destin, wine festivals on 30A, holiday parades in Miramar Beach, and community growth in Freeport. Panama City Beach has fireworks in Pier Park and events that draw families year-round. Same thing goes for Destin. Lots of things to do for people all the time. Church is another big part of the culture here. From small, intimate congregations to large mega churches and even beachfront services, there's something for everyone. For many, this is the sense of belonging, and it is very important, as much so as the sunshine. Okay, let's talk about pitfalls, the reality check. Now let's be real, Florida isn't perfect. Insurance costs are high, especially for waterfront homes. Flood Zone X is the best, but AE or Cobra zones can run you considerably more. Traffic in the peak season and summertime can be, well, it can test your patience, but as you live here, you'll get to know the back roads. And the humidity can be very intense in the summer, and that doesn't help your power bill. But hurricanes, they're also a possibility, but we've been lucky here on the Emerald Coast. We haven't been hit for years. But here's the bottom line. Most people who move here are glad to put up with the challenges, because compared to paying up to 13% income tax, battling blizzards, dealing with the heat isn't so bad. Not a bad trade-off. So, pitfall or paradise? So why are so many people fleeing from these states and moving to Florida, especially the Emerald Coast? Taxes are crushing people in New York, California, Illinois, and New Jersey. Florida has none. Property taxes are lower, and housing, while not cheap, offers far more value. The quality of life is higher: sunshine, beaches, outdoor living, and safer communities. Policies here support property rights and business growth instead of restricting them. And real estate is not the only lifestyle choice, but it's also a smart investment.
Hey guys, it's Danny Margagliano. As much as I love making these videos, there is one thing I love more, and that's helping families and people from all over the US make the move here to the Destin, 30A, and Panama City Beach area. I've helped countless families make the move, so whether you're coming out next week, next month, or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is right here on the screen and linked in the description in case you missed the on-screen pop-up. I look forward to helping you and your family make the move to the Emerald Coast of Florida.
And places like Destin, Miramar Beach, Freeport, 30A, and Panama City Beach, they each offer their unique version of paradise. Whether you want luxury, affordability, family-friendly living, or nightlife, you can find it all here on the Emerald Coast. I'm Danny Wills Margagliano with World Impact Real Estate and DestinPropertyExpert.com. If you're considering making the move, reach out. I'd love to help you and find the right fit for you along the Emerald Coast. Hit that like button, subscribe for more real estate and lifestyle insights, and drop your questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.